So when was the moment that each of you knew the other person was the one?
Oh yeah, I
And
got
by the way, just to qualify, I do believe in this idea of the one in terms of, and what I mean by that is that there's a moment of peace that you get. You know, if you're someone who's seeking wisdom, your values are aligned, you're seeking, the right things towards marriage, right? So it's not just like infatuation or whatever. There is this moment that can come where you experience this peace of knowing, okay, yes, I really believe I can commit my life to this person. I want them to commit my life to me. I call that knowing the one in that sense.
Yeah.
So what was that moment for each of you?
Mine probably will be less profound than Laura, I guess. Like, I just remember once we were driving together in the car, and she was telling me a story about a nice older lady she knew from a senior citizen. So now it's gonna sound bad.
Making fun of an old lady. He thought the impression was really funny.
She did this amazing impression of her that I thought was just so funny, and she just made me do this belly laugh, and I just don't laugh a lot for things. It takes a lot of people to get me to laugh, and just like and that, it just culminated in knowing that like Laura is really funny, and she's someone that I can really get along with and be myself with, because there are people who are very holy, people who check all of the boxes, right, of the ideal Catholic spouse, but you just don't get along with them that well, even if they're very holy and they meet all the criteria. So for me, though, I was like, no, this is even better than that. It's someone that I can be myself with and have fun, and just to identify those really joyful qualities, not just being funny, but just seeing how she's such a very joyful person.
So what was that after that? It's like, will you marry me, Laura, in the car?
Yeah.
How long till after that moment did you?
What was it?
Was the proposal?
Well, we dated for about a year and a half, and then we were engaged for a year and a half. And so,
But when did that moment happen in the dating process?
knowing that we would get married.
Yeah, you having that moment in the car where you're just like, yeah, this is a wife. This is my wife. I hope.
No, well, I think we were driving in Kansas. So that might have been early on in dating. I knew it's like, but then it's like, oh, maybe you should just sort out all the other things just to make sure. Like,
Sure. Check your homework, basically.
yeah, but in the back of your mind, you always have like that good feeling, and you just want to make sure, like, oh, she's not actually a serial killer that's had 3 former husbands who died mysteriously or something like that. It's like, oh, good, everything all it all checks out. But
it takes time to run a background check.
Yes,
At least 48 hours, I think.
and it's important also, even if everything is right. Like, I love with dating, like I love being around her and her family. Like, she has an awesome Catholic family. I don't have a Catholic family, and so that's a part of it. And for me, though, with dating, I always give people this advice: if you want to know if it's the right person, you should ask yourself, would you be okay with this person raising your children if you died? And even at the very beginning of dating Laura, I was like, yeah, she's a solid, joyful, holy person, not just someone who's just gonna always be grim with our children about the faith, but live it out authentically, joyfully, and bring that vibrant spirit for them, and be a really good mom. So like, I know, like, if I drop dead, they're in good hands. I don't have to worry about anything. And I knew that pretty early on dating, and that really helped to move me into engagement and more discernment.
Yeah, well, might want to double check that with the priest in the confessional.
It's too late. It's undone now.
Like a little handcuff.
Basically.
What about you? What was your moment of the one?
Well, I am more of a waffler, so I went back and forth quite a bit. No, I knew that I wanted to marry Trent early on, but I'm more of a second guesser. Like, oh no,
we can't even go out to dinner. I'll say, like, where do you want to go? So I am amazed.
That's a hard decision. Getting which restaurant, what to order. Those are difficult things for a sanguine, right? Because I'm a little sanguine too. So it's like, but choosing a spouse, I mean, that's like 1,000 restaurants.
Oh my God.
or more.
Yes. So, but no, I read the book 3 to Get Married, and that book was really helpful. So
by Fulton Sheen.
Yeah, by Fulton Sheen. And that's when I was like, oh, okay, well, Trent is unrepeatable, and this is like, it's 2 imperfect people. And I'm looking for like this aha moment or this like perfect sign, when really it just leads to peace, like you said. And so then I was, I really wanted to marry Trent. And then I said, you're never going to marry me. And he said,
you want to bring it up, don't you?